سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم سبحانك لا فهم لنا إلا ما فهمتنا إنك أنت الجواد الكريم قل رب زدني علما أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا كونوا قوامين لله شهداء بالقسط ولا يجرمنكم شنآن قوم على ألا تعدلوا اعدلوا أقرب للتقوى واتقوا الله إن الله خبير بما تعملون وعد الله الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات لهم مغفرة وأجر عظيم والذين كفروا وكذبوا بآياتنا أولئك أصحاب الجحيم صدق الله مولانا العظيم. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again, the theme of establishing justice is highlighted here and reconfirmed, and we have a similar ayat in the Surah An-Nisa which we talked about earlier, and here again with a slight deviation and focus. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, again addressing the people of Iman. O you people of Iman, people who have believed. Kunu qawwamin, be qawwamin, qawwam. Qa'im means standing upright. Qawwam is, emphatically so, and standing up how? Standing up for the sake of justice, standing up to practice and enact justice and to establish it. Qawwamina lillahi. Stand up and remain steadfast for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and for Him. Bil qist, shuhada bil qist, and witnesses for the sake of justice, for the establishment of justice. And if you remember in Surah Nisa, the same ayat basically with the what we say, taqdeem and ta'khir, mentioning kunu qawwamina bil qist shuhada lillah. Here is qawwamina lillah shuhada bil qist. So here be qawwamin for Allah, and there be qawwamin for qist. So qist is mentioned there first, justice, and then Allah, for the sake of Allah subhanahu. Here, be establishing and steadfast for the sake of Allah and witnesses for truth. So what's the deal? The deal is before, back there, it was in Surah An-Nisa, as it's been mentioned by the ulama, there's two basic reasons that justice is subverted. Either because of favoring somebody, and that happens quite often, particularly in political fields, right? So we will favor myself, first of all, my family, my tribe, my nation, my party, whatever. And so there, the issue is be steadfast on truth, because that's not truth, that's falsehood, right? And you would only do that when it is going to be for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And so, shuhada lillah. Here, the second reason why justice is usually subverted and is not established is due to enmity, because of animosity, enmity, rancor, disputes. So people would like to see their enemies afflicted justly or unjustly. So Allah, this is also the other instance where injustice is generally seen. So here, and this is the case in this particular ayat, وَلَا يَجْرِمَنَّكُمْ شَنَآنُ قَوْمٍ, don't let your enmity with a particular people carry you into a criminal activity in giving false witness and not establishing justice. So here, a person who is going to have Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's consciousness in front of him at all times, he is going to be the one who's going to be able to stand up for justice, and he will not let enmity push him towards exceeding the limits of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and going beyond the limits of justice. So, again, do not let, la yajrimannakum, this is amazing phrase in the Arabic language, which there's nothing that I can think of in English that could really convey this meaning. In other words, this verb, it indicates that you are being pushed towards criminal activity. من الجرم لا يجرمنكم. Do not let this carry you into criminal activity. Do not let it push you towards acting criminally. What would motivate you to do that? Shana'anu qawm, your animosity, your enmity, your dispute with a particular people. Ala an la ta'dilu, upon not establishing justice. Moreover, i'dilu, establish justice. Huwa aqrabu lit-taqwa, that is closer to taqwa, that is closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's obedience and Allah consciousness and the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wattaqullah, and again, wattaqullah. Again, exercise taqwa, fear Allah, be in awe of Allah, establish His obedience. Inna Allah khabirun bima ta'amalun. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is fully aware of what you do. And as we mentioned, so since this is again legislation, establishing justice, so legislation is not just a black and white issue in the Quran, it is an issue that comes along with tarbiyah, it comes along with mentorship, it comes along with upbringing. And so therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala orders taqwa, remember that Allah is observing you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is knowing everything going on inwardly and outwardly. And furthermore motivates, وَعَدَ اللَّهُ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ لَهُمْ مَغْفِرَةٌ وَأَجْرٌ عَظِيمٌ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has promised those people who believe. And believing means not simply having a particular concept of belief sets, rather it is an active belief. Real belief is an active belief by the tongue, by the heart, and by the action, by the limbs of the body. So aminu, those people who amanu, the people who have belief and enact and implement that belief by amal salihat, and performing righteous actions. Lahum maghfiratun, for them is forgiveness, wa ajrun azim, and a magnanimous reward. And then again, always targhib, motivating towards righteousness and frightening from non-righteousness. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا وَكَذَّبُوا, and those people who will disbelieve and deny the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, كَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا, deny our signs, أُولَٰئِكَ أَصْحَابُ الْجَحِيمِ, these are the people who are the ashab, the companions of the Jahim. Not only they're entering, they are going to be their companions. In other words, they will constantly be there forever and ever. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq to understand the importance of justice and establishing and make us among those who do so. Ameen. Wa akhir da'wana.